Hey guys! Welcome back to a new video. Today you guys, this is going to be I'm gonna start a new series on my channel of conspiracy theories, like lizard people, like if the Kardashians or whoever is in the Illuminati. Guys, I have talked about the Illuminati in the past, 2 months ago, when I did the history of it. You guys, but just because of this theory that I came up with, other people have too, but I just wrote down stuff. It's actually a lot of stuff, you guys. It's a lot of stuff. If you're wondering why my hood is up, it's because my hair is starting to get long on the sides. That's what I like cooler this way. Enough of the cringiness though. But today, we're talking about, did the Titanic really sink, or was it its sister ship, the Olympic? Now you guys may have heard about this theory, maybe not. I have. So I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm not major like Shane Dawson or whatever. Or any famous conspiracy theorists out there. But yeah, let me begin. To start off, this is only a conspiracy theory. But the ship that sunk on April 15th, 1912 may not have been the Titanic. It could have been its sister, the Olympic. But here goes the conspiracy theory. My theory. After the theory, it's all going to be the evidence and all that. But yeah, here it goes. In the early hours of April 15th, 1912, the British cruiser or passenger liner RMS Titanic, owned by the White Star Line, collided with an iceberg during her maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. At the time, some believed the ship to be practically unsinkable because of her system of watertight compartments, of which 4 could be flooded and the ship would remain afloat. However, the iceberg tore a series of holes along the ship's side of the hull, flooding 6 compartments, which sealed the ship's fate. Less than 3 hours of the collision, Titanic would be at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Or would it? We don't know that for sure. There's evidence that it was the Olympic. There's also more evidence that there's also other evidence that it was the Titanic. But we don't know for sure. There is a rather fascinating and compelling conspiracy theory that Titanic was swapped with her sister ship, the Olympic, and was purposely sank as part of an insurance scam. You guys, I believe this 100%. Why else would it have sunk? Because what's the company called again? Because the White Star Line company, they knew, how do I say this? The The Olympic was on its last leg, anyways. Because of... It's in my evidence somewhere, you guys. I think it's like evidence 1 or 2, I don't know. Back to matters at hand. Evidence. Number 1 on my evidence list were the portholes. Proponents of the swap theory have pointed out disparities in the number of portholes on the ship. For example, the Olympic had 16 portholes, and the Titanic had 14 of them. Photographs taken of the Titanic in dry dock show us with 14 portholes. By the time of its doomed maiden voyage, it had 16 portholes, just like the Olympic. This might be evidence that the two ships were indeed swapped, or just that they added like 2 extra portholes. Like, screw it, we're slapping 2 more portholes on this ship to make it look like the Olympic. We don't know, we don't care. We're gonna sink that ship today, and nobody will know why besides us, because we want more money. Yeah. My second thing on my evidence list is the list to port. The damage on the Olympic after its collision with the Hawk, which is another British cruiser, which I mentioned like earlier in the video, lent it a noticeable and permanent 2-degree list to port. The undamaged Titanic had no such list. However, one second-class passenger who survived the sinking, Lawrence Beasley, I probably butchered that name, I'm sorry, later reported Titanic listed to port. The Titanic did, in fact, list to port, stating, "The Titanic listed to port." It was plain she did so. The skyline and sea on the port side were visible most of the time and on the starboard only sky. Beasley, a science teacher, was considered a reliable observer and would later write one of the first books about the Titanic disaster. Guys, I don't even know if the Titanic book exists anymore. I don't know if that book exists anymore. It might, I don't know. I'm not good with history at all. It's like not in my league. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm like waving my arm over here, but my dog is like standing next to me right now. Archie boy. Here's his toy. Up here. Yes, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Sorry, you guys. But my... Up here. Wait. You about failed to get up there, boy. Hey, I'm sorry for that inconvenience. That did not come as planned. It's the dog. He's unpredictable. But my third piece of evidence is that there are rumors amongst the crew. There's a nationwide coal strike during the launch of the Titanic, leading to thousands of firemen, boiler stokers, and greasers short of work. Guys, I don't know if I read stokers right or wrong, I don't know. I don't even know what that is, but okay. Yet, despite this, the Titanic struggled to find crew, with many men refusing to work on the ship at any price. Rumors were circulating amongst the workers at Harland and Wolff that the ships had been swapped as part of an insurance scam, like I said before, too. And the Titanic was piece sunk. That's the rest of the sentence, you guys. I'm sorry. I should look for it again. Yeah. But yeah, you guys. But did foreknowledge of the sinking of the Titanic frighten off the men from them wanting to work on the ship? Guys, we don't know for sure, but despite the immense fanfare and hype that surrounded the Titanic launch, not only that, but it was only just over half full when it left Southampton on its doomed voyage. The real question is, did White Star want to minimize the number of passengers because it intended to sink or scuttle the ship? Or had the rumors of that insurance scam spread outside of the porting docks or the shipyards? Another odd thing that happened is that there are several last-minute cancellations from high-profile passengers, which certainly does suggest some kind of knowledge of the swap. Guys, we may not know for sure. Yes, but we don't know for sure. For all we know, the ships could have been swapped and the Olympics sank that day. We don't know. But I can go on and on. But here's my next and last things I'm going to say. Okay, one of the last things I'm going to say. 1. James Cameron went underneath water to look for the Titanic and look for old pieces of it. Once he found it, he took pictures and footage. Then he got the side of the Titanic. And when you zoom, you can see a big letter M and a letter P. But you know what else has the big letter M and P? The Olympic. 2. Sorry guys, people are walking upstairs. I'm sorry. But 2. People that were really rich didn't show up. One of the richest and most powerful people in the world at the time, J.P. Morgan, had a ticket for the Titanic. And a couple of days beforehand, decided not to go. He was claiming to be sick. But the New York Times spotted him out with his girlfriend, hanging out, having fun, not being sick, on the day that the Titanic sank. So did he not show up because one of his rich friends that owned the Titanic was like, no, we're going to sink that ship today. You do not want to go on it. We're going to earn some money. And the last piece of evidence is really convincing to me personally. Maybe not to you guys, but to me it is. But a man named James Fenton, who worked on the ship, said on his deathbed, the Titanic didn't sink that day, the Olympic did. He said he survived at the sinking of the ship, and once him and the rest of the crew got on land, people from the government were there. Yes, the freaking government was there. How did they know? How did they know that they were going to be there? And James and his coworker friend said, "Hey guys, we know what you did. We heard the rumors. We knew we were on the Olympic." The government people replied, "If you say one word about this, we'll throw you in jail forever." And that's why he never told anyone until the day he died. Guys, that's it for my conspiracy theory video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. Comment down below what you guys think. Because I believe this like 100%, you guys. Yeah, and bye.